You'll tag me in it, right?
Hi, how's everybody out there doing today? This is Amy Hamilton, author of The Project Manager Life is a Project, as well as The Consummate Communicator Character Traits of True Professionals. I am super excited to be here today with Maya McNulty. Maya McNulty is a fundraising goddess. And so she's going to talk to us about that today. And I'm in the process of putting her website so you can see it across the scroll bar. And she brings you real insight into if you've tried to do whether it's nonprofits and other activities, and you want to know how to do fundraising, then Maya is there to assist you. She comes to us with this background where she can show you all these little different secrets. And Maya, can you tell us what inspired you to write your book?
Hi, and first of all, thank you so much, Amy, for having me today. What an honor to be featured with 24 authors in a 12-hour. That is a huge fleet to master. So thank you so much. Um, I hope we a little bit. Okay, there you are. Sorry about sometimes the internet does crazy things. So what inspired me to start Fundraising Secrets is that I was helping organizations for many years to be able to fundraise. And over again, the process that I was using happened to work all the time, like 100% of the time. So people would ask me, how are you doing that? And I kind of got tired of just repeating myself. And so I just started to write the book, write out an outline, and then the outline became like a tool for them to use. But then they asked me, can you help us run this fundraising organization? So I've been able to learn a little secrets behind the scene of organizations and nonprofits to be able to teach them how to more effectively and efficiently fundraise. And I am an entrepreneur by DNA. And so I help to maximize fundraising by thinking like an entrepreneur for organizations. They can reach out to me if they're struggling with fundraising, if they're looking for a new idea. I know that virtual is very big right now, and they're going to be looking for new ways to use tools to be able to fundraise. And also with cryptocurrency happening, they're going to be looking for new resources and new ways of getting donations that they can be educated on. So we talk about some of those secrets in the book, Fundraising Secrets. And it's really helped organizations like Leukemia Lymphoma Society, Boys and Girls Club, Girls Inc., NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the Special Olympics. They all happen to be my favorite. I've chosen different ones over the years. And now, I'm sorry if I get a little emotional, but I just fought for my life with the battle of coronavirus. I was the first young female in upstate New York to have contracted the virus. And I was actually at the gym in the sauna, and I have a ventilator scar and a trach scar. I was in a coma for 30 days and on a ventilator for 6 weeks, and feed tubed fed through my nose and through my stomach. So I've got all these battle scars, badge of honors. And so now I'm starting my own nonprofit COVID wellness clinic. And so I have the domain COVID Wellness Clinic, but I'm also writing the book on my survival and other survivals of long haulers, because everyone is a miracle that's making it through here. At first, I thought I was something special because God chose me to live. And then when I see the death toll over 400,000, it's not that I'm special, it's I'm on God's plan. So I'm starting my own organization and using Fundraising Secrets. So I call this, Amy, my second life, chapter 1.
Maya, I think that your story of survival is so important. And the reason 24 authors in 12 hours exists is because of COVID. I was with a group of authors, and we used to actually meet in physical space, and everybody's planning for their book launches and things. And then, of course, when the coronavirus happened and people went into lockdown, it was like, how do you market your books? And I just have a passion for authors. There's so many authors who are struggling. And Maya, your story, your very personal story, I appreciate your sharing that, because when you hear somebody who says, I'm a coronavirus survivor, one of the things that we don't know, and you're living it, is what is the long-term impacts of coronavirus, and how is this going to impact you as a young woman as you go through the rest of your life?
Yeah. So you'll have to have me on again because I'm writing my third book. Took me 3 books to get there. And if you're an author, which everyone on here is watching is probably aspiring to be, I never thought I could write a book. In fact, I didn't even do well in English, but somehow I'm on Amazon. So get your story out there because you are not alone. Whatever you're thinking and feeling, those words will save someone's life. And in the beginning, when I had came in contact with the coronavirus, I thought I did something wrong. I didn't know what it was. I was totally embarrassed. I wanted to keep it silent because I thought it was like wearing the scarlet letter. I didn't know that it was something that now we fast track 10 months, that it was a national world pandemic. And now I've given myself permission to forgive myself for being ill because there was a time I thought that I should have my life ended because I couldn't walk or talk or eat again. I miss my independence. I'm not able to drive. I've been out of the hospital 7 months, um, it's been 10 months since May, and it's been sometimes I feel like it's not fair, but then I look at the people that didn't survive and I'm like, I'm your voice. Okay, it is fair that I can help you and your family with recovery and recovery guidance. And I think that people like me who are at the 10-month mark out of hospitals, where do we go from here after we've survived the neurologist and the pulmonologist and the cardiologist and we've seen all the ologists that we possibly can and our insurance is maxed out? Where do we go from there? And so COVID wellness is going to help the long haulers cure that need.
And Maya, COVID's such an important, urgent topic right now. We had one of our earlier speakers who presented, Dr. V from India, and she
Yep.
actually took her coronavirus break and turned it into something positive. And she actually wrote a novel based on medical professionals. And you're really touching on such an important thing when you said about all the ologists that
Mm-hmm.
these medical professionals, they're out there on the front lines every single day and doing their best to help people to recover. And don't ever be ashamed of being a success story.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's easy for you to say, but when you're going through it and you can't walk and you're saying, God, if I'm going to be a vegetable for the rest of my life, I don't want to live. It's okay. It's just like when I lost all my hair. I have long beautiful hair. I had, and it's going to be there again. And now I have 4 inches thanks to the brand Caronique. They're not plugging them, but they supplied me with supplements and hair products when they fast all my hair post COVID. And so in 4 months, I've actually gotten 4 inches. My hair is nice and thick now. And every 3 months, I go and get it trimmed up. And so I have some healthy hair now, but I lost all my hair. And so for someone and I appreciate your empathy, but for someone to come in and say, oh, it'll grow back, your hair will grow back. It's like your hair's a woman's identity. Not all women, because I understand there's alopecia and whatnot and of cancer, but it is a big part of our identity. It is our confidence. It is our booster. It's our self-esteem. And when I lost my hair, knowing that I had long, gorgeous hair, which I used to get a lot of compliments on, um, I thought, oh my God, I look like a boy. I look like my brothers. And, you start thinking all these negative things. So it's okay when other people say things, but I've learned that how I have to understand other people because lucky for them, they didn't have COVID. And lucky for me, I survived COVID. And I could share that message because there's so many people that can resonate with what I'm saying and sharing because they feel they're alone and they're not. We're all feeling the high blood pressure, the heart palpitations, the tremors, this foggy. I didn't sleep all night. I suffer from insomnia now. I'm taking melatonin, it doesn't kick. I have fatigue and head rushes. I now have neurological problems, so it's taking me a little longer. I'm unable to drive after 10 months. I have to rely on people for my therapy. It's been 45 sessions of therapy. I lost my voice. My voice just came back 2 weekends ago. And I committed to this not knowing if I'd have my voice, but then I thought maybe my voice would be amplified if they heard survivors speak, and that how we all are affected differently. And getting to that point of being affected differently, there's a lot of speculation on people of how some are surviving and some are not, and how people get it worse than others. And I'm not a scientist or a doctor, but I do feel like I've got my PhD in Maya, and I probably had some type of a low immune system, that when I went into that sauna at the gym because I was going to treat myself to something special, I walked into an area that wasn't ventilated properly, and it just attacked my organs in my system, and I was dying of respiratory failure within 3 days. When I
Maya,
was
thank you for sharing this powerful story. And for you to come forward, I know it takes a lot of courage. And, one of the things that you're making it okay for people to do is to say, like, this has happened to me. And it's to be able to share that. You mentioned that you're going to be starting your own nonprofit for COVID survivors.
yeah,
And your book, Fundraising Secrets, you talk about there's certain tips and tricks that you use.
yeah.
Which ones of these do you think you're going to be applying to start your own nonprofit?
The very first thing that most people have to do when they first start is to make sure no one else has the name, and that how you will be able to get a IRS number to be able to start that nonprofit. And you'd have to seek either a CPA or an accountant or a lawyer to be able, or even a patent lawyer, trademark lawyer, to be able to find that. Anyone that does a LLC type of thing, but having the right foundation to start first. And that's one of the things that we talk about in one of the secrets, is that you have to make sure that you own your name, that it's spelled correctly if you're going to apply for grants and loans. I will be exercising the Sponsorship Secrets Act part in that, and asking for donations, sponsorship opportunities to be founding seeding members when I start. And I'm also going to create a dream team, which is one of the 4 secrets of in the pie that I use to send people to see if they really want to have some skin in the game or a lot of skin in the game, and be championed for that mission. So each organization is different in the way that they use, but it's just a template that helps any organization to be able, whether it's a children's organization, a cancer organization, a COVID survivor organization, Boys and Girls Club. It works for every organization, because you have to solidify your dream team and have them believe in your mission. Another
Such
one
an
that we
important
use,
thing
huh?
for that. I said that's just such an important thing for nonprofits. Like you said, no matter what the cause, I'm actually on the board of a nonprofit where it's trying to do business incubator activities for rural communities, where a lot of times rural communities have not adjusted well into this new world of technology. And so no matter the cause, trying to figure out the best ways to sponsor it, to champion it, and fundraise is so important.
Yeah, you're right. And also that have the donors that they're possibly reaching out to before, whether it be like a hair salon or a car dealership or a restaurant, they just went through a pandemic relief act. So it's going to be hard to be able to fundraise like they used to. So they are going to have to think of new ways that is going to be creative, that actually resonates with their brand and serves their people and their mission. So sometimes we get out there and we're looking for just anybody to put in the kitty. However, their mission might, that mission, like say it's Coca-Cola, their mission that might not blend with your children and obesity if you're obese, So you have to choose the right foundation to be able to uh, make sure that your mission matches, or you would upset a lot of people and donors. And that's some of the things that we teach in the Fundraising Secrets book.
So today, for the audience, January 20th, my book is downloadable on Kindle, both The Consummate Communicator, Character Traits of True Professionals, as well as The Project Manager, Life is a Project. And Maya, what kind of promotionals and specials can people find from your website or that you have going on right now?
Yeah, super. Well, I'd like to offer you my book for free. It's fundraisingsecrets.org. If you go there, you just have to pay the shipping fee, and we will send it out to you. And if you'd like to upgrade, you can get the digital version, so you'd have it right away. And it's usable on Kindle or any type of device that you can read from, your phone or smartphone. So that's available at fundraisingsecrets.org, and it's free there. If you just send I'll just pay the shipping and handling, and I'll get the book out to you. And I'll even sign that one because that link goes directly to my personal email list.
That's terrific, Maya. And the work that you're doing, helping people to learn how to fundraise. Because so often people have these great ideas, they have big hearts, they want to do things, but they just don't even know how to get started. And I know I've been involved with some fundraisers that have gone very well, and so much it relies on your personal network and how you can leverage that. What is your advice for people on networking and fundraising?
Fundraising is all about relationships. Remember to be kind, have empathy, and build relationships. If you go in there wanting to get, like, to rob the bank in a way, this is for me, and my organization, they will not serve you. You have to give before you receive. And that is a mistake that people make all the time. But build a relationship first, have some genuine interest, and open the door and have communication. When you communicate, it really solves a lot of problems because then people don't feel like, they say you could smell it a mile away, right? So you don't want to be that person.
Now, you bring up such a great point. One of our earlier authors, Gary Barnes, he talked about as a speaker, as a coach, and as an author, how, you're the vehicle who's delivering this message, but you are not the message. And so often people get that confused. And, when you go in with that, with a kind attitude, like you're discussing, just the importance of the communication, the relationships. Right now, there's, like you said, a lot of fundraising activities. It's really changed because of the new environment. People are economically struggling. Do you have any new tips on how people can do fundraising in this new technologically available environment, but also where service industries and stuff have been, and we had someone earlier, performing arts really negatively impacted?
Yeah, actually, I believe that how if you start thinking of the internet as your friend and not as this big chore and task, that it's going to be a little easier for you to be able to connect with people all over the world. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's how to connect with people and work remotely and even remote learn because you had to learn how to Zoom and StreamYard. So it's a new way of doing business. And so they're going to have to adjust. Nonprofits are going to have to adjust to invite technology in, and they're going to need a strong leadership and a leadership that is not complacent in their old ways or they're afraid of technology. They're going to have to become very familiar with it and very comfortable. We grow when we're out of our comfort zone. So there's websites like Hunter, Hunter, like headhunter.io, and you fill out a free profile there and you can connect with many organizations. I believe that how it's a lot of work to get people to show up virtually as well. So you might want to do a lot of teasers to be able to get people to say, hey, we're doing a fun run, and you go online and you do this one thing, and then you tag this person, and you kind of like not pyramid out of it, but you feel excitement. So you could build it that way, or you could just start writing letters to organizations, find them on hunter.io, organizations that you're really passionate about, and connect with the marketing director or the global outreach manager and send them letters and emails. And their email is active because that is an active site, hunter.io. And you could start building relationships there and then go out and start creating a very creative sponsorship ask, nothing more than 10 pages, under 10 pages, they will not read it. Be creative in your sponsorship ask, because if you're not, then you're just the plain Jane and they think you probably Googled it. Red, white, and blue, silver, gold, bronze. That's not who you are. You're more unique than that. So create some different sponsorship levels using the creativity of the language that your organization speaks to resonate with their wallets.
Such an important topic. And is Hunter I.L?
It's hunter.io. Hunter, Hunter.io. International link.
I am trying to find that so that we can share that with our.
Hunter.io. And it is in the book, Fundraising Secrets. And you can connect there as well. I tell you about who to connect, and their branding managers, marketing directors, communication directors, in every organization. And also, you should reach out to organizations that you really want to learn about, so that you're genuinely interested in what you're asking. So, for example, if you know nothing about oil, well, Shell Oil is a great big company. Reach out to them, and maybe you are going to start with an electric car. Maybe you could figure out if you want a electric car or if you just want a gas car, is or a diesel. Like, just learn a little bit and then have some questions so you can start building upon that relationship. It's not being unauthentic. You have to be authentic, but maybe it's something that piques your interest. Say, for example, now with all the vaccines, and if you want to reach out to like Regeneron because you're interested in finding out more about their cocktail. If you're a COVID survivor, I know that's one of the ones that I'll be reaching out to, along with some other Johnson and Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna, um, the WHO, the World Health Organization. Those are all places that you can have grants provided. Even your local government, your governor, they have grants available for organizations depending on what you are seeking. So build a relationship. The relationship is key.
Now, such an important point is so much of it depends on relationships and how we can build those relationships. I know that for everything that I've done when it's come to fundraising for different causes that I support, I'm sometimes just surprised and overwhelmed. And for those who listened in on the program that we had on Veterans Day, we supported the Wounded Warrior Foundation for that, and just such a great cause, and really was just happy that we were able to donate some of the book proceeds from some of the different authors to that.
Yeah, I'll leave you with this tip as well. When trading your sponsorship ask, go outside your comfort zone. So if you're asking for $1,000 for your first ask, like if we're going with red, white, and blue, make it 2,000, because oftentimes people that are writing checks, they have the ability to write a check up to $10,000, $20,000 with one signature, depending on if they're a global ambassador or global marketer. I mean, if it's like Priceline.com, it's one signature. If it's American Express, it's one signature. So for $20,000. So ask for more money. Don't be afraid to ask. Clients that I've coached on that, they're floored. I remember doing a campaign for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and they were accustomed to asking for $500, $1,000, $1,500, and I'm like, no, we're starting at $7,500. And guess what? We got it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Such
we
an
did
amazing
$100,000 in 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, $100,000. Yeah.
amazing that the power that you have behind your fundraising skills, that you are such a survivor, Maya. This time with you has just flown by so super quick. And we are coming down to the end of our segment. Is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you want to share with this audience?
Whether it be fundraising or you're looking for something for yourself, connect, know who you are first. So, fill your cup before you go out and serve others, because it's so important for you to feel whole and feel that you're worth it and that you're enough. Because as an entrepreneur, when you're knocking on doors, you do get knocked down a lot. And I figured maybe that's why I survived COVID, because I'm an entrepreneur and I've been knocked down a lot. So I figured one more thing, it's just COVID, um, which I didn't know what it was. And I don't mean to make light of it, but um, fill you up first before you pour. Fill your cup up before you pour. Get healthy mentally, emotionally, physically. Don't worry about the finances. That's a stressor. But learn about what you can solve. What's your super skill, your special gift? And when you can find that, you can serve others, because other people are looking for that.
Maya, you are certainly a light. s- right now people don't understand COVID, and to have somebody who is a COVID survivor who's so positive and who's going to take this journey and to build on it and to help others. Thank you so much for the work that you're out there doing.
Amy, thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Good luck with this 24 authors in 12 hours. You're going to be exhausted.
What I find is that the energy that each one of you give back to me, like you said, that's what's gonna fill me, and it's a passion, and being an author and just being able to give back into this wonderful writing community, it just makes me feel whole. So thank you.
You've got it. Well, keep changing lives. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.